Alright gang, welcome back to our Farm Maze Challenge on Riverbend Springs. It is now November, and our corn's ready to harvest. So we're in the process here of harvesting up this corn. Gonna make us a decent profit, I think, well, hopefully. And a couple other things to note as well. So for a while, I had talked about trying to figure out a way, right, to make some extra income, which we could utilize as what we would be making, right, for selling tickets to go through the maze, right? I have figured that out. Right now it's going to give us around $4,000-ish a month, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. It will work. I've kind of hidden it inside of a tree. Basically, I forced it to be inside of a tree and glitched it inside of a tree, I guess, if you will, so you can't really see that. But I think it's good, right? I mean, we've had this maze for a while here. We haven't been making any money off of it. That said, that was one of the things I really wanted to do, was figure out a way to make money off of it. I have figured out a way to do so. $4,000 a month may really not be enough, and as a matter of fact, it's really not enough, but it's a start. We can obviously change it and maybe modify it and add more of those items to make us a little bit more profit, you know? Maybe as we carry on here and the actual maze itself gets a little bit more solidified with some more stuff, right? Fences and etc. I feel like we could charge a little bit more, but for right now, I think $4,000 around a month, somewhere around there a month, is a solid amount for us, and so we're going to roll with it. So that's good. That's going to give us a little bit of extra money every month. That'll help with the loan, because you know we have a loan we have to pay off as well. And yeah, hopefully it will continue to produce us around $4,000 a month that we can help utilize on the farm here to help move along. Now, in the last episode, if you caught that one, we started working on the new field that we purchased, and got a couple trees down from it, but I really didn't do a whole lot of that off camera. I think I said I was going to do it. Unfortunately, I did not have the time to do it like I anticipated, but we're going to do some of that today. We also have to re-drill all of these fields today, so we have to re-drill the new field, which I probably will hold off on re-drilling that one until we get more of those trees gone, like I talked about, right? But we have to re-drill this field and then the other small field that we purchased down that-a-way, if you recall that one. So we got to re-drill both of those. I'm trying to get this harvest done as fast as I can. As you can see, rain is in the forecast here in November, so we need to get this taken care of as fast as we can. And yeah, we'll carry on here. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well, staying safe, all that good stuff. It's really starting to come together, man. This series, this farm, everything is starting to come together, man. Slowly but surely. A lot of new mods came out on Mod Hub since the last episode. Well, since the last time I recorded an episode for this series, I should say. A number of those I've turned on for this series. Nothing major, just some more of the mods for different equipment. Stuff that's going to be helpful, hopefully, as we move along here. Now, we've got to get some more money up so we can get a production. Now, ideally, we need to get one of the middle productions. The small productions are they just take forever, and they're just not even worth our time. I'm just not sure we're going to be able to get one of the bigger forestry productions for quite a while, right? Really, if we make enough money to buy more land, I feel like that's what we should be going for. That's going to make us the most money right now. But eventually we're going to have to, because we've got that construction project, which is over there, right? We want to build up that little shed, that little barn, whatever you want to call it, to be kind of our gift shop and where you're going to purchase tickets from and all that stuff, right? We kind of want to build that up a little bit more, because that's a key component here for this challenge, for this series. And if you happen to be new here and you haven't been watching it, basically our goal here is to take and we've already begun, but to take basically a abandoned farm maze and bring it back to its glory days, which means I've got a few things you can already see in the actual farm itself, right? But we've got to put some more stuff in there, like you would have in a normal farm maze. And we got to get some fencing around it. So we've got to do a lot of stuff, right? And I also talked about, and I'm going to do this, is doing a hay bale maze. Now, if you don't know what a hay bale maze is, you may be asking yourself, that doesn't even make any sense. You would know exactly where to go. It's a hay bale maze. Well, not exactly. So the way a hay bale maze works, at least when in Ohio, where I live, the way hay bale maze works is you can only go one direction. So, example, if I put all these hay bales down, right, it's a maze to get out. To get out, you can only turn right. You cannot turn left. So if you're in the hay bale maze, you got to continue to turn right the entire time and figure out how to get back out by only turning right. It's much more difficult than it may seem, gang. And I think what I'm going to do, so they just put in, I think they just put in like some decoration type, or you can just buy bales. I'm not sure if I'm going to go that approach or not. I might do it the real way, and what I mean by the real way is make my own bales, right? Get a baler, put some wheat or whatever in, right? Get the straw, bale the straw up, and then move it myself and make the maze myself. I'm not positive on that. I did turn on the liftable bales and pallets mod. That is on actually for every series now. I really don't plan on utilizing that on camera very much. I did not mean to put that on a worker. I did not mean to, I don't mean to utilize it, what was I saying? Now I've lost everything. I do not mean to utilize the liftable bales and pallets very often on camera. A lot of it's probably going to be off-camera work. And you might be asking, well, why? Well, it's mostly just to help me with my time management, right? I spend a lot of time doing a lot of these recordings and then doing the editing. I do all of that myself. And so it takes a long time, right? And I'm not... I've said this so many times. If you've been around for a long time, just bear with me for a minute, gang. There's a lot of new people that have been coming to the channel here, so I just kind of want to go through this one real quick again. I don't say anything like this to make you feel bad for me or anything like that. That's truly, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I just like to be honest with you. I like to be straight up and upfront with you. And I work a full-time job that is very demanding. I normally work 60 hours a week. It's a lot. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. I'm always on call. That's the job that I do. So what I'm trying to get at with all of this, stating all of this, is not pity or anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm just trying to say that it's a lot of work for me to do the videos and edit them and everything. So a lot of the times, right, if I have to do off-camera work, it helps me out tremendously to be able to utilize the liftable bales and pallet mod, because I can move things around much quicker than having to, use a front loader or whatever we're utilizing, a telehandler, whatever it is we're utilizing. It's just faster. So I utilize it a lot off-camera, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. That was a very long-winded version of me saying I utilize it a lot off-camera to help me speed up my time and make sure I'm able to get more things accomplished between, whatever episode it was that we were just working on in the following one. So, hopefully that all makes sense. Those of you who've been around for a while, you already know that. I've said that for many, many years on FS25 and elsewise, right? So, but sometimes we're going to do it on camera. I'm going to be fully transparent with you. It's not going to be, I'm not saying it's never going to happen. It will happen sometimes. But it's just going to be limited. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to overdo it, I guess, is what I should say on camera. Alright, so that was very long-winded on a rant a little bit there, so I apologize. But, in any case, hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully you get what I'm meaning, and it didn't come off wrong or anything like that, because that's certainly not what I was meaning. But if you are new, I appreciate you guys very much. All of my original members as well, very much appreciated. I thank you guys so much. We got 6 members now, so it's fantastic. Tony S, brand new member. Thanks so much for joining, man. I appreciate it. If you're interested in that, quick shameless plug here. If you're interested in that, it is a link down below in the description to join up and be a member. You get early access to every single series, every video that I come out with, regardless if it's 3 weeks in advance or if it's a day in advance. You get early access to it, and you also get a special members-only series that happens once a month. So, and you get your name in the end credits. So, all that good stuff. And you support me, and I appreciate it. Each and every single one of you. Alright. Let's go sell this. Well, actually, we should wait for a second. I don't have a silo, so I can't really put anything down. I guess I could put a silo down. Well, actually, you know what? Now that I say that, I don't think... Let's do a quick save really quick here, gang. I don't think that I've got any cheaper silos yet. As a matter of fact, I'm almost positive I haven't. 3020. Oh, no, I did. I did download some. I'm sorry. I did. They're still not that cheap. I mean, 9 grand is better, but it's not that cheap. It's not that cheap, I should say. We could put it down, but I bet corn's not terrible right now. Let's see here. Let's see. What is corn at? It's not terrible. 1217. The average best price is 1416. Yeah, we're gonna... I mean, it's going up, but we're gonna sell it. We're gonna sell it. We need the money, gang. We need the money. So right now, that maize is a sunflower maize. When I first started off on this series, again, if you're new and haven't been watching since the beginning, it was also a sunflower maize. What it's going to eventually be is when we get closer to having... When we have 4 more fields, right, we're utilizing that maize to make us some money right now because we don't have that many fields and we can't make that much money. But once we have some more fields and we don't necessarily need to harvest that field anymore, it will be a corn maze. Corn mazes are much more difficult, I think, and that is what, around me, almost entirely, we make... I say we. As the state of Ohio almost entirely makes corn and soybeans, almost entirely. Heavy corn industry here in Ohio, and soybeans are very high up too, but that's not to say we don't do other crops. We do, but those are our 2 big heavy hitters. Oh no, it's raining! Oh, and a hail's coming! Oh, this is about as worse as it could possibly be. I should have kept harvesting. Well, that sucks, gang. We're not going to be able to finish harvesting this field today. That sucks. Man, that sucks. Damn. We made good money on that first trailer load, too. Man, that is so disappointing. If we continue to harvest, it's going to pop up and tell us that we're going to lose yield. I somehow picked up more. I did not think I picked up more there, but evidently I did, so let's dump that really quick. So that's going to have to sit here and wait, unfortunately. There's not a whole lot we can do about it. I'm not going to continue to harvest that, even though there's not much left. I'm not going to harvest that in the rain. We're not going to waste that. It's not happening. So let's put this away. But realistically, if we look at the map here, I say the map, let's look at the maze here, right? If we look at the maze from a bird's eye view, I've got a couple of things in here. I'm going to be moving some of these things around once we get a few more things. But it's, it's got a person riding a tractor in it. It's got some cool stuff in it. We've put some things in here as well just to kind of help. But there's still some more stuff I want to put in there. And then the fence itself is going to be very expensive, getting that in there. And we've got to make some minor modifications, in my opinion, to the maze itself. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of exits to it right now, or what could potentially be exits. I really want to make it one entrance, one exit. That's what I want, which means I kind of have to modify it. Now, I've talked about this, early on, so bear with me for a minute, gang, if you've already heard this. I did not say unfold. My initial thought, I had this plan. I already had a plan to do this. I did not realize there was going to be a maze on the map itself. I did not realize that at all. Wasn't expecting it whatsoever. But I had a plan. This is back in FS25. I had a plan where I was going to build out my own maze. Like, I was actually going to draw it out, lay it out and everything. It was not going to be a quick thing. That was going to take me a long time, right? Considering the, working every day and all that stuff. It was going to be something I had to work on for a number of months just to get to that point. But my initial plan was to make something like that. But since this FS25 game came out, and there was already a maze on here, that challenge got moved up to the top. It was actually the first challenge I started in FS25 was this one. So I'm very excited about it. Very excited where we're going. We really haven't made a ton of progress. I get that. But it's a slow grind, man. It's a slow grind right now. We don't have much money, so Just going to take some time. And we really didn't start with a whole lot of land either. We started the farm and that field that we're, well, we just stopped harvesting, but the field that we were actively in the process of harvesting, those were the only 2 fields we started with. So it's not like we had a ton of income, right? Not even a little bit. So, all right. So with all of that said, I guess it's going to be time for us to get in the Dultzfar here. And we want to get the cultivator. We actually probably can just straight drill, can't we? Yeah, we can straight drill. This is a direct drill. I always forget. I've got so many different series going on, and a lot of the times I'm doing, you know, multiple episodes on the same series back to back just to save myself a little bit of time, right? I'm already in there. Might as well just continue on. So it's been a number of days since I've done an episode on this one. So I always forget that this is my direct drill, which is, I love it. It's fantastic. And it also has fertilizer in it. Most of my other series, I have a drill that does not have fertilizer in it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. We've done a lot of episodes with rain involved and stuff, but I really haven't paid attention to this. This is pretty nice. The puddles on the road here, I know that's not even, it has nothing to do with farming, but I like that. I think that looks awesome. That looks great. I also heard that there's a patch that just released. I think it was yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, whatever it was. Anyway, there's a patch that released, at the time of the recording, I should say 2 days ago. There was a patch that released that modified the way that the waves worked inside of the rice fields. So I'm excited to see that. We don't have any of those, obviously, on this series, but we do elsewhere. Just make sure here. Okay. Now, we know how to figure out eventually, we're going to have to get some lime spreader, right? We're going to have to get all that stuff. We're going to have to deal with all of that here soon, because we have all of that on. But for now, we haven't really worried about it or dealt with it. We're going to put sunflowers in here, by the way, gang. I don't think I mentioned that. Now, I know a number of you have been, well, poking fun at me, I guess, with the fact that, well, with the exception of my survival challenge on New Frontier, I haven't been running seasons on any of the challenges that I'm doing. And the main reason why is I think these challenges that I come up with are hard enough as it is. And I obviously want to make some progression. I don't want to just sit there and make $1,000 every time we harvest. You know, that's not really ideal. If we had a silo to put stuff in, and fine, but we're still not going to be making any money, right? So we're just going to be doing the same thing over and over again. And while I'm perfectly fine to do that, I do want to make some progress on these series. It gets a little bit, I mean, it's Farming Simulator, so it's all repetitive, but you get what I'm trying to get at. It gets a little bit too repetitive if I'm not able to make some kind of modification, some changes, some upgrades, some updates, whatever. It gets to be a little overbearing, in my opinion. Maybe it's just me. It really could be just me, and if that's me, I guess. But I want to at least continue to bring new stuff every couple of episodes, if not every episode, right? I don't want to do 10 episodes in a row just to get one new thing added to the farm. And the new thing we add could be very small. Like, we've added a few things to the maze itself, right? We've added, scarecrow, and, we added one episode. All we did new was add one scarecrow and one wagon. And it only cost us like $800 or something like that. But still, that's something we can add, right? So I want to continue to do that. But it's very limited with the amount of things we have to actually put in there right now with the game. There's just not that many mods out there yet. So there was it was the one before this one, actually. There was a patch or update or whatever you want to call it that did add some new stuff. Some of that being that scarecrow and that wagon, right? So we just need more of that to continue to come out, and we can continue to have things to put into the maze itself that are pretty cool. Hopefully all of that makes sense. I think I've been rambling a little bit, but I ramble a lot, so, sometimes I just have things to talk about, I guess. But I don't know, let's see, this one's going to come out, this will be what? Let me think for a second. The 15th, I think? So we're nearing Christmas, so a very happy or Merry Christmas to you. I'll probably say it a number of times more as we lead up to actual Christmas time. And you never know, I might do some kind of a special Christmas release, maybe a Christmas episode or something. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. It really depends on my time. Hopefully, I've mentioned this I think before, but hopefully work starts to slow down a little bit next week. Well, I say next week. The day you're watching this is going to be a Sunday, so it's going to be the following week, but I guess the upcoming week, or the week we just started today at the time of this video, hopefully it's a little bit slower, right? A lot of more people should be off. There should be less people bothering me at work, hopefully, knock on wood. So hopefully I have a couple of weeks here where it's a little bit slower, where maybe I'm not working so many hours, and maybe at night I'll have a little bit more time to do some more videos, and maybe including with that will be a Christmas special of some sorts. I've never done a Christmas special, but I kind of like the idea of it. I kind of like the thought of it. I really don't know what I would do for it yet. I'd have to run through my list of ideas that I have and see if any of those would make sense to do like a one-off video, or if I can just think of something else on the fly for a one-off video. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. So don't hold me to it. If you're watching this still and you heard me say that, hey, he said he's going to put one out, and I don't put one out, don't hold me to it. There could have been other issues that, that came up that didn't allow me to do so. But I will attempt. I will try. If I can think of something that will be fun. Now, I didn't take any time off or anything like that during Christmas, so really I'm only going to be having Christmas Day and, well, New Year's Day, right? We get both of those off. So that's it. So it's not like I'm going to have a bunch of extra, time during that week or anything like that to do some videos, because we used most of our time when we went to Italy, as some of you know. If you've been around for a while, I recently, as October, got back from Italy. We went to Italy. It was our honeymoon, was in Italy, my wife and I. We took it late. We decided to save some money up and go do it. So we got married, well, it's a little over a year ago now. And we decided just to save some money up, instead of doing like a traditional honeymoon right after the wedding, we decided let's save some money up and let's go somewhere overseas, like we really want to go. And so that's what we did. So we saved up quite a bit of money and then went to Italy for a couple of weeks. So recently just got back from that, so... that took up most of my time, is what I'm trying to get at, right? I took 2 weeks there, so that was pretty much all my vacation time. I get a little bit more than that, but we had some other things going on as well, so obviously that used up a good chunk of it, I should say. So I rambled a lot here, gang. It's going to be a little bit shorter, probably, time-lapse here, but let's get this going here. Maybe I do a little bit of the time-lapse of some tree work, too. I don't know. I really don't like doing forestry or logging or tree work at all in a time-lapse, but we'll see. It looks like it's going to be raining and or, well, I guess hail is in the forecast, too. If you look up there in the right-hand corner by the calendar, there's hail in the forecast coming soon, too, so... I don't know for sure, but we'll see. Let's get this done at least. This will be a real short one if I don't do the logging. All right, so I've decided, gang, we're going to sell some of these trees that we have up here, specifically this big one, if I can get it there without having major issues. If we have major issues, we have major issues, right? There's nothing I can do about it, but I'm going to attempt to sell it. Oh, of course. Here he comes. Here comes Byron. There he goes. All right, good. We made it through. I decided to do that. It also, you can tell, the hail should be stopping here any minute. Sorry, gang, I just hit the microphone there. Got a little bit too close on it. So hopefully that hail will stop and we can finish up harvesting this field here. That would be the most ideal situation. Since we have plenty of trees over there, the tree price actually isn't too bad right now, so I figured let's just go ahead and sell it. We just have to go to the paper mill, which is right over there, so it's not a terrible drive. Let me show you the price here. As you can see, it's not terrible. Paper Factory is going to give us $3,060. I mean, that's better than what the average... Oops, sorry, neighbor. It's going to give us a better price than what the average best price is, so we might as well utilize that to our advantage right now and try to make ourselves a few extra bucks, because we really could use it. Now, since the paper mill is relatively close, it's not too bad. It's really not. It's not going to kill us to drive some trees down to here. The biggest part is getting them back to the farm. All right, go ahead, school bus. Let's go, buddy. Come on. You got places to go, man. Oh, no. Here we go. I'm going to have to drive in the neighbor's yard, or neighbor's field. They're just going to have to get over it. Because we're going to have to go at this at a different angle to get in there because of that issue right there. So where we're going is just right here. It's this little... I'm pointing like you can see me. It's just this little tiny building right here. The technical paper mill is right there, but this is where this is where the sell point is. I don't know. I can't remember exactly where I think the marker is actually a little bit further out in the middle here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this out there or not, but let's see if I can make sure we can try to get the whole tree in here if at all possible, right? All right. Hopefully that's enough. And the trigger's somewhere over in here. There it is. 4,060. So it's not as much as I was expecting, honestly, out of that side of that tree, but it's probably because we had to chop it down, right? We had to, delimit a number of times just to be able to get it to our main yard, so it's something, right? It's better than nothing. It's something. One thing I haven't done yet, which we always do, is check out the used market. There are some things out here. This is still out here, but again, the crane is 35 grand. I don't really... we don't have enough trees that I think it's worth it. I think the winch is still the way to go there. This thing is great, but again, 136 grand, so that's not really in the cards for us. This would be nice, but we really don't need it. We already have the truck, so that's not really something we need. The belt systems are cool, but again, don't need that. Tractor would be nice. Another tractor would be nice. But it's a little bit out of our price range right now, and if we were to get that, we really wouldn't have any money for anything else, and I'd rather save that money right now for trying to accomplish a few other things. And mainly one of those things I'm trying to accomplish here is getting a forestry production, and it's probably going to be the small one. I know it takes an eternity. I know it's 5 or 6 days. Well, I say days, months. It's going to be 5 or 6 episodes, really, before we actually get anything. I don't know. I mean, we got to do something. We're going to be... It's going to be a long time before we have $100 and something odd $1,000 to get a sawmill. What I'm hoping for is my friend over at Game Enjoy, Josh. He makes mods and stuff, so check him out if you haven't done so, by the way. He does some good stuff. But I know he has a sawmill mod that he's been working on getting updated for FS25. He had one in FS22. It was fantastic. Most of us, when I say most of us, I'm talking about the crew of us that always do the challenges together. Crestu, Rusty Money, Northern Farm Sim, me, Josh at Game Enjoy, Milk That Hen, Farmer Mike, etc. Like everybody that normally does all these challenges, right? CS Benji, right? All the guys that do these challenges together. We all utilize that production a lot in FS22, so part of me wants to put down one of these productions, but at the same time, part of me is like, let's just hold out and hope that that mod from Josh gets approved and updated onto here soon. But I don't know if Giants will put out another patch or another update with mods before they go on their holiday break, as they like to call it. I would guess they don't. I would guess we're not going to get another update until the new year. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll do one more. Hopefully, next week they'll do one more. But I don't know. I just don't know, gang. We're up to 31. We can almost buy the wood production. Hey, the hail stopped. This is good. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping by the time we moved all these trees down here, the hail would stop and we could finish our harvest. And that looks like that's what's going to happen here. This is great. This is what we needed. Oh, fantastic. Look at that. I couldn't time that any better if I tried. That's great. But yeah, I mean, the puddles on the ground, they look great, man. On the road, they look awesome. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I really do. All right, let's get back in the harvester, and let's get going here. All right, let's get started here, putting the worker on doing this field here. I'm just going to get the worker to re-drill it. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did you cultivate part of that up? Well, we had some hail damage there. I think it was fine in the last one, but I wanted to just make sure we touched it up fully to make sure we got it this time. And make sure, you know, it actually does what it's supposed to, I guess is what I'm going to say. So let the worker do their thing here. While the worker's doing that, I just want to see if there's anything else potentially we could put in here. Obviously, we're not going to put bees in the maze itself. That would be, well, not really the most ideal situation, I don't think. I would like to get some chickens. Now, the problem with chickens... Well, I guess we could put sorghum in and we could get chickens with sorghum, couldn't we? Yeah, I guess we could. So maybe we put some chickens in, potentially. We need to figure out some other means of income besides just harvesting. Now, we get the trees, right? But we need to find some other things besides just that. I really, really, really like this chicken pasture here. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it works really well for the type of thing we're setting up here, like the maze and everything. I think this would work out well. I'm afraid that wherever I put it, I'm not going to like it later on, if that makes any sense. I think we've kind of made the decision that the hay bale maze is probably going to either be here, or here, or here, right? So maybe I just leave this whole section completely out of it, which I think makes sense anyway. This is going to be either parking, you know, or over there's parking, whatever, right, for the maze. So I think that makes sense. But I'm not really sure exactly where to put this. Possibly we put it here? Maybe? I don't dislike that. I think if we have it kind of here towards the end here, I don't really hate it. I mean, this is just kind of dead grassland anyway. Let me see. Maybe I already have it on. I thought I turned it on, but maybe I didn't. I'm going to the wrong spot here, gang. Hold on. They changed this. I just now noticed that with the patch. There was two options. There was the settings options, and then there was the general settings, the game settings and general settings. Now it's all under one, which I think makes more sense anyway, but whatever. What do I know? Okay, so there we go. That's what I'm kind of looking for. Nope. Nope, not the animal dealer. So chickens. Now, we could put this down, but we're really not going to be able to buy chickens for a little while because we don't have any sorghum at current, right? So the pellets would spawn there. You would dump or drop the food here. I think that makes sense. You could just drop the food on the road here, right, as you're coming in. I think that makes sense. Maybe slightly more over here this way, though, to give it a little bit more space for that road, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm asking you like you can respond right now, but I don't know. I think something like that. I think that would look perfect, honestly. All right, we're doing it. It's there. Our chickens are in, baby. Whether they want them to be or not, they are there. Let's go take a look at it. I really like the way that looks, man. I really do. I really, truly do. I think it fits with the whole setting that we've got here. Yeah, that's awesome. That's fantastic. We'll have to get them some food, and that's fine, but... yeah, that's about as perfect as I could make it. It doesn't interfere at all with the road here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. And then when you have people at the maze, right, they could come over here and they could look through the fence and check the chickens out, right? I think that just makes a lot of sense. Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to have the worker continue doing their thing here, gang, and we're going to leave the episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. It's free, and it helps me out a ton. Check my other videos out. They're in the corners right now for you to check out, and I'll see you in the next episode.